Welcome back to another session of Candlekeep Mysteries.
Hello there.
Last time on Candlekeep Mysteries, you all entered into Candlekeep being Chapter 4. And while you were there inside of Chapter 4, you arrived over in the town of Tashluta. While they're inside of town, you were able to get your suspect, or I guess really, it's not really a suspect, technically. The aggravator, the criminal, apprehended by the police. After saying farewell, Bakme serving as a witness for the entire incident, going to the police station, you all started looking around town. You saw lots of sights, including a golem that seemed to be kind and playing with some children. After finding Valen's hideout, you stayed there for a while it seemed that Valen was undergoing some kind of affliction that was making their condition worse. You investigated out further into town, got a lead, headed to the saloon, where you met up with a beholder with a cowboy hat, along with a lot of other patrons around. You talked over with a person there who, with their daughter, had spoke about the golem that they possessed, and talked about the nature of them having acquired it in the desert when they were out on an expedition. Malarka lost inside of billiards many times. And you arrived back over to Valen, who joined you over in the saloon for a while, as much merriment was to be found until they took Ash outside for a moment. He gave them some documents, and then turned into dust. Once they turned into dust, the entire chapter, ended, and thus you found yourself back here in Candlekeep. Thus begins.
Hey.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Are we inside the Great Library, or are we back at Candlekeep now proper?
I could probably just say you're back in the library, technically. And while you're there, you find something inside of your pocket. Wow, crazy.
Oh my god.
There it is.
There it is.
Interesting.
Any like additional flavor text that just says, "It is a good boy."
Yeah.
Is it a good boy though?
Yeah.
It's just like those who know.
Those who know. It's a good boy, just a little spicy though.
you know.
A little spicy. I forgot I still had my increased max health, so I had to drop it back. No, because I was still going because of the heroic feast. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, which one of you guys wants the attunement for the lawyer render?
I don't use sides, so.
Technically, you don't even have to attack with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't even use it to harm anything. It's more of a. It's literally just like an ornament at this point.
It's one attunement.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could hold it. I
Basically,
don't do much attacking myself, so you know.
Yeah, you can have it.
It could be handy.
Alrighty. So we
Do I
hand
need-
it over to you.
Yeah. Do I need
Jacob.
to slide that into my inventory, or is that something only the DM can do?
I think you can just click and drag it into your inventory.
Okay, I think so too. Wait, are you tuning to it or just holding it?
I can attune to it. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I have a problem with that. I don't need attunement for my Mizium armor. I don't think I need it. Is Glamour Weave attunement?
I don't think Glamour Rave is an attunement.
Then I should be fine. But I can't figure out what else would be taking up my attunement slots. I do have the Cap of Enthrallment, so that's one. But besides that, I think I'm good.
Hey,
Okay,
yeah,
one
it sounds
second.
good.
One moment. Hold on.
You merely just have to hold it, and you basically got a good boy following you.
Are his stats under the summon thing?
I'm about to place it right there. Give me a second.
Okay. Items. Another day.
Okay.
Oil.
There, you should find it.
Where?
I placed it inside the summons folder, yes.
Summons Gray Render. Awesome.
There it
Um,
is.
You all see the gray render get summoned upon the attunement finishing.
Ah,
Hmm.
That's
Oil Render. Bang.
thoroughly impressive.
Oh, you're thoroughly impressive.
Phoenix blushes.
It says like
He just kind of rusts a little on his face.
no, you know like how in anime like has a little red like it shows like the little
highlights.
blush marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when it's not possible for them to have it.
Whoa, that thing is beef chalky boy. 189. All right. Anyways, I guess back to business. Did we wish to take a just a normal long rest and then just continue on to the next book, which I believe looks to be devoted for Legion of Iron?
Yeah, Legion of Iron chapter 4.
Or did we just want to jump straight to the gecko? Just go ham right away. Honestly,
I don't
it's-
think we did anything in
Yeah.
chapter
Yeah.
4, did we?
No, I'm only suggesting the long rest to avoid fatigue or making any checks for it. Because I don't know how long we've technically been awake for.
You know, what we often do is we'll do a little bit of book and then a week in the library. You know, maybe we should spice it up and then just go book.
No,
Maybe we should
I
spice it
don't
up.
mean I don't mean taking a week long rest. I just mean just like a literal long rest, just to avoid fatigue.
What if we spice it up by taking just 2 weeks of rest?
Oh my god, a bit excessive.
Double the money, guys. Come on.
Well, I always
For
could
real
go
estate.
on always could go on another little excursion if that's the case.
Hold up, I never
Now,
agreed to
I
this.
think my vote would be just to jump straight into the next book.
Yeah.
All right, I mean that seems to be the case.
Um,
So
yeah,
that means we still
we
have the
didn't
hero
find
piece.
anything.
Yeah,
Like, unless
was
anyone's
no-
like missing spell slots or something.
I'm missing my level 6 Hero's Feast, but that's it. That's no, I cast a third and a 6th level spell. That's it.
I currently still have all my spell slots. I've used up nothing.
Give me a moment.
So I guess we're just we were discussing on planning on what to do after if we ever decide to go to the Canopic Being, but at least at that point I think we've already talked to death at that point.
Yeah, I don't think we have a set plan right at this moment.
I personally
Give me
have a
just
plan.
second.
I don't know if anyone else has a plan.
I got a plan.
So
Fuck
here's my
bitches,
plan.
get money.
Acquire bitches.
I
Yeah,
have a
bitches,
plan,
fuck
Arthur.
money.
Fuck money. Acquire bitches.
I guess in guild speak, it's more acquire wenches, Fuck, what's another word for
Hold on.
Get.
You ain't a call.
I mean, my turn might benefit from a long rest because we've got some fatigue tolerance. That's what I'm calling it. But
Hold on, guys. Need to place meat back in the fridge, apparently. No, yeah, second.
yeah, my sure will go ahead and take a long rest and use up the fatigue
Yeah.
tolerance.
We can long rest.
Yeah.
Just make sure everyone has their slots and shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could just declare that you did that, and then that would just be it. It doesn't have to be an extended rest. It could just be.
Yeah. Just a one nighter.
And thus it were so, as everybody took a long rest. Wow, amazing! That took a while.
Wow.
That was long.
What a long rest.
Legion of Iron, anybody?
Oh, hell yeah.
Sure.
Yes, give me just 1 second. I just had this for Whitestone.
No.
So-called free thinkers when they hear Whitestone.
Motherfucker.
What about me?
No, I was talking about myself, God.
You're talking about yourself, comma, God. Very important difference.
Actually, I think it's a semicolon, not a comma.
What are we talking about?
Mishra, what happened to your token?
All right, back.
What? God damn it! Did I not?
You're a square.
Wow.
Oh.
Circular.
Actually, I would say you're. I should say
Such
you're
a
a rectangle.
square.
Let me fix that. I was sworn I had the token. Oh, I know what happened.
Okay, so you all head off to find the book, Legion of Iron, and place it into your possession, so that way you may go and enter into the next chapter, and indeed you do. You grab onto the book and give it a good look-see, and you notice that it is also kind of uncomfortably close to the end of it,
Oh no.
as you're parsing through.
Is it like
oh,
thinner
no.
though than originally, or it's just close to the end?
It's closer than you remembered it being.
Hold on, this is the first time this has occurred, right? Because it didn't happen on chapter 3.
For this book, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did we do something in chapter 3 incorrect? Phoenix is pondering.
Like letting the mage escape.
Like taking a sandwich from fucking...
From A's.
It was a bait all along.
What did we possibly do? I know we investigated, and then we spoke with Reynard, and then we went to the to the area, well, to that one area, and we spoke to one individual, and then that's when the story ended.
When we went to the cave. Yeah.
Yes. At the chapter 3 started with the assault into that one area, and
it
then
was
we saw
in
this.
yeah, in the villain's den.
I never actually got to see it, but from the sounds of it, you spoke or saw some sort of powerful being, and he disappeared shortly after.
Agent Death.
Agent Death. I remember a few records of him from Whitestone's lore. He was one of the main antagonists during the conundrum that ended up occurring back at Whitestone.
Oh, I remember that. I kind of blacked out, and everyone said I did a good job when I came to.
Well, I suppose that the question is then, do we wish to proceed to chapter 4, or
We
do
can
we wish
proceed
to revisit
to
chapter 3?
We can proceed with. If we don't know exactly where we have gotten wrong, then I say it's going to be more trouble figuring that out. We best go on to chapter 4, possibly detail what we have gotten wrong, and then from there and move forward.
Very good then.
Another interesting perspective is the author speaks to us, at least compared to the other stories.
Yes,
The author
unfortunately.
may be able to lead us in a more probable direction, possibly.
Perhaps, but I also would encourage you not to put perhaps too much faith in this author. I believe the definition of unreliable narrator holds true here.
Trust me, I am very much aware. I do not wish to speak with him any more than any of us. Or at least Mimi probably would have gladly enjoyed it. Alright, well, let us proceed. Or did you want to change your mind and go through one of the previous stories? Or chapters? Is that even an option, Aqua?
Chapter 4.
Depending on which one, I might have it ready. Or I'll need a few minutes, that's about it.
I'm fine with moving to
Oh,
chapter 4. So.
Which chapters have you prepped? And then
Let's
we'll
go
just.
back to chapter 1 of the Maroon ship. Let's get it.
I remember there was
Session's canceled, right?
there was that treasure in chapter 2 of the Maroon Ship, which we didn't get.
I was hesitant to do so, even though I had the ability to go all the way down there.
Alright, well, if we enter this book, know that whatever is going to happen is probably not the intended ending.
What if Agent Death got scared off by us being powerful and just, like, dipped from the city and now there's no more danger?
The possibility of us having not encountered him scares me more further because... It's entirely possible that we may have messed something up there. But let us press on. Let's see what information we can glean over with this final chapter. Yep.
Thus,
I guess
you open up the 4th chapter, and as usual, a flurry of light goes by. The Grey Render picks up Jacob and kind of holds them in place so that way they travel safely through.
Hell yeah.
My guess would either be something with Agent Death went wrong or something we talked to the dude guy.
Dude, guy, bro
I know the
face.
I know the paladins were
The
already
person
like
that we had to lie to.
weird.
Oh, Renard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because chapter 3 was a normal length, and then at the end of chapter 3, this is when this has happened. So we did something
Yeah.
wrong in chapter 3, is what I'm guessing.
Hold on a second.
We did save all the children though.
Hold on.
Were we not supposed to? Right, like.
I'm pretty sure we were. Saving the children, that sounds like a classic, you know?
And that's the long and storied history of every single one of the main heroes. I hope that was enlightening to all of you.
That was such a great
Could you
story.
give us the quick summary, 2-sentence or whatever?
Sorry, several of my colleagues missed it. If possible, can you give us a shortened down version of the story?
But that was the short version.
Okay, now give us the long version.
Well, it all starts
Push the-
far...
You see, when a man and a woman really love each other,
Go on.
They post on Facebook about how they hate each other. Oh wait, hold
Oh,
on, that's just
true.
boomers.
Phoenix is looking around this place, and she's like, sorry, my good sir, I don't mean to interrupt in your story, but in your story, did you by any chance explain exactly where are we right now?
You are inside of the Cavern of Memories, where the bearer of the Ring of Memory was able to access only and exclusively, much like how all of the other rings have their own exclusive subdomain as well that links it to a particular area. The bearer of the Ring of Memory has created me and this area to forever memorialize the efforts of all the heroes of legend. I can tell you at length about all of them yet again.
I will just ask about a particular few, if that's alright.
Which ones would you like to ask about? For you see, all of them are memorialized here, and the statues that you see before you, each bearing the inscriptions.
Phoenix is looking around and gonna try to ascertain the current rings that we have first and foremost. He's gonna ask about his own ring first. It's like, well, if you can go ahead and explain further about your creator as well as the one who made this cavern. I believe I am currently in the possession of what looks to be the Ring of Memories.
The Ring of Memory was created as a way of being able to preserve information and keep it forever ingrained so that the mistakes of the past may never be repeated again. In particular, the Ring of Memory allowed its wearer to see patterns in the past that help understand the future. For it is with great imperativeness that you all make sure that that same cataclysmic event is never to occur again. Thus,
What cataclysmic event are we speaking of again?
the invasion of the demons from the abyss. Once happened much long ago in the past. It was all of the great heroes of rings that were able to thwart the invasion and send the demons back to the abyss from which they came.
And can you speak more about the individual, the person, your creator?
My creator? What specifically are you interested in knowing? As there's much I could lament to you about them, and both their faults and positive aspects.
Is your creator currently around for to speak to?
Unfortunately, the lives of all of the heroes has long since expired. You'll find no purchase in being able to speak of any of them. But I would know what my creator's wishes were. And they would wish that all of you who have proven yourselves worthy of bearing the rings, to use them to make sure that those same mistakes of the past are never to be repeated again.
What are the other rings that we currently possess? I know we have the Ring of Shadow, and then what's the last one? Trying to find it.
I think...
Do we?
No, we should have 4 of them. Hold on a second, let me see.
No, we have 3. We have Ring of Memories, Ring of
Memories,
Shadows.
Sanctuary, no, wait, those are the 6 that we got. Which ones did we get? Let me see, that'll be session 19, let me double check.
I know we have Shadows because Layla currently has that one.
Yep.
So I guess I'll ask about that while we're figuring out.
Alright, we took Ring of Malice, Ring of Shadows.
Malice, right.
Yeah.
I think that's in Jacob's possession?
I'm not remembering
Yes,
that. being in
Jacob
my
has the
possession.
Ring of Malice, Layla
I
took the Ring of
do?
Shadows. Yep.
He's like, hold up.
I have not used it. No wonder I've been so cranky recently.
You see Phoenix just like if he could wipe his brow, he would. He's just like, well, if you could speak more about this one here. It's on the my colleague over here as well. The Ring of Shadow.
The owner of the Ring of Shadow, the great hero, realized that sometimes in order to defeat demon, you may occasionally have to behave like one. And thus that great hero would go about and find those demons of high priority and their moments of vulnerability which strike out from their own shadow, thus preventing them from being able to harm innocents in the future as well. The lesson that the Ring of Shadow teaches us is that sometimes it is necessary to go and make aggressive maneuvers directly in order to prevent future calamity.
Interesting.
And finally, that of the Ring of Malice. My other colleague has this one.
The owner of the Ring of Malice truly did believe in what one might conceive as being somewhat of a control freak. Pardon the language, it's a little excessive, but one by which the wearer often described themselves with. They insisted that the best way in order to stave off invasion was simply to turn the demons against themselves. For demons hate almost nothing else than humans, more so than other demons. Thus, only through extra supernatural effects could they ever be made to work in a line with each other. So, exploiting this weakness, the owner of the Ring of Malice was able to create the ring in order to sow discord amongst the demons themselves, thus showing us and proving that one of the best ways to fight an enemy is to turn them against themselves.
That is certainly a way to get things done, I suppose. There were some other rings that were available to us, but does Phoenix know that those rings even existed? Or I guess since we pretty much just started with the rings in our pockets upon entering this area, right?
You didn't have the rings, but they gave you options, so you do already know about what each of the 6 rings did.
So I guess you'll try to ask about the other 3? I think it's Matter, Bounty, and
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary, yes. So
The
this was
sigil-
Matter first.
The sigil ring of Matter. One of the most interesting of the rings, for its user believed that the only way to beat the demon properly was through overwhelming might and intimidation. They'd frequently use it on themselves to charge headlong into combat, dwarfing their enemies in size and making them scurry about like literal rats. Ironically, however, the owner of the Ring of Matter believed that the best way to hide one's defenses was in nooks and crannies where one could not find. They would hide their own entryway in an area that they have long since kept secret, in a nook and crevasse somewhere in an unassuming part of Whitestone proper.
You
The
Sorry, you wouldn't by any chance know of the secret area of where they kept it, would you?
Unfortunately, the person who controlled the sigil ring of Matter was very much a mind over matter person at times, and was very interested in keeping secrets even against their own allies.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
Okay, may I ask about the Ring of Bounty?
The Ring of Bounty. The owner believed that the only way to properly stop an invasion was not through a small number of ring bearers. You could not be everywhere at once, but through a well-supplied army, well-fit, well compensated, and well-trained. They used most of their influence in the back line, doing procedural work and making sure that everybody was well provisioned to ensure that the army could stop another army. Thus, perhaps many even say, the sigil ring of Bounty was the most important of all rings, but there's only so much that a select few were able to do. This is the lesson that we learn from its ring bearer.
Teamwork makes the dream work, I suppose. Last one, Ring of Sanctuary.
The sigil ring of Sanctuary is an interesting one indeed, for even though I have supplied you with but a copy of it, the actual ring of Sanctuary itself is still out there and present. Its current owner lies secretly within the city somewhere, but that is all that my own divination abilities have been able to reveal. In the past, the Ring of Sanctuary was used in order to ensure that large sections of the city had a fortification against additional attack. For, you see, it has additional powers that are not revealed quite yet, not from merely these copies alone.
The Ring of Sanctuary's bearer still exists nowadays.
Indeed, or at least it has been passed down to them, or they have found it. In whichever which way, I simply know it is somewhere within a 1,000-mile radius of the city, which does not narrow its scope down very much, but does ensure that it still exists somewhere. Many of the other true rings were lost to the abyss during the Great Calamity.
So the true Ring of Sanctuary still exists, and the bearer is still around. Even though their field of range is still within the confines of Whitestone, maybe it may prove prudent to go find this supposed hero to help us deal with this current evasion.
Indeed, and
what more information can you provide me about this hero? Any information will do.
The bearer of the Ring of Sanctuary was one of the only 2 of the 6 heroes that remained behind during the invasion proper. As 4 of the others went in, the Ring of Sanctuary remained behind in the city, and was used in order to provide fortification against the demonic attacks that happened during the excursion. Thus, it was the only one of the rings that I'm sure must have stayed. While many of the other heroes did perish during their assault on the Abyss, and our rings lost to time inside of the infinite layers within. The Ring of Sanctuary must have surely stayed behind, but its owner went missing at some point in defense of the city.
You say they provided fortification to the city. Was that due to the effects of the ring alone?
It was predominantly the effects of the ring. These copies I provided you are but mere shells of the enormous power that each actually provided.
So even my current ring of memories is just a mere copy of the actual true ring of memories.
Some of the abilities you can see me demonstrating here are in fact powers that the true ring possesses. Everything you see is but a facsimile. I, as well, am not actually here. I am but a modded memory modification that you can somewhat physically interact with if I so choose to allow it, though only in limited quantities, along with this entire area. Additionally, I can see through and parse through your own memories at times, and even additionally be able to modify what appears to have existed and doesn't, though. Such that ability I tend not to try and use, for it's often a gateway to evil.
I can understand that. Is there any other questions anyone has thought of? Considering asking. No?
Do we know what true abilities that these rings have?
I recall much of what each of them were capable of doing, as the great heroes that wielded each ring had much influence over the limitless potential of each. The rings evolve over time. Thus, my hope is that these copies I've made with the extreme specificity I recall may be sufficient in order to have them evolve in a similar way.
So these rings have potential in them.
So there's a potential that these rings may evolve into maybe something mirroring or just as powerful as the original true rings, to which were lost in the abyss.
How would we help these rings evolve?
Evolving each one is likely going to involve seeking the original sanctuaries that each ring was able to create. For example, you found here the Ring of Memories, and this is the sanctuary for it. While this version of the ring is a small evolved version of it as well, it can certainly go further beyond. My suspicion is that the rings being linked in their original creation may improve upon each other, should the other domains be found.
Then if what you said is true, me bringing this copy of at least the copy of the Ring of Memories, it should possibly get stronger with the existence of me being here in this cavern. Is that
It's
correct?
already stronger. I did it to provide you a weakened version of the ring.
He looks at the Ring of Memories. Does it appear any stronger?
No, but Phoenix, you would seem to get the impression that this is the first improved version of it. That there was a level below for each of the rings, and this is already them being the stronger version of them at the first stage.
Oh, okay, so this is already a stage 1.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm just gonna call them by stages at this point. Okay.
With all this talk of like rings, I just have to expect this guy to go. In the
Rings
land
of
of
power.
Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring.
I'm like, where's the one ring of power though? Like, where's that? Like,
Oh my goodness.
Into that ring he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life.
There's a ring of malice that's currently in Jacob's possession, and we do know that there's a demon among us.
oh god, I keep forgetting
Among
that.
Us?
Stop
Oh, yeah.
calling me
Among
that.
Us.
God.
Actually, yeah, this is a good opportunity. If he can read through our memories, we can maybe try to pinpoint the demon among us.
Pinpoint the
calling me
demon
that.
among us?
I wish I had an Among Us sound effect.
Yeah, alright, I'm gonna just be real and intervene right there. That was kind of a loose plot thread that I just kind of never followed up on.
Hey,
Oh my god.
That's what he would say.
So it never actually occurred. Then what was the... Okay, never mind.
Look, I thought it would add dramatic tension, okay?
I'm plenty tense as is.
okay, but if
You just like see Phoenix just like if he could just like he's like has his hat down just moving it downwards just like I forgot he existed. Oh Lord.
okay, but
Oh,
say
I'm
that you did say you did expand upon that plot point. Who was it going to be?
I was thinking about it for a while, and I thought the most surprising person it could have been was like which one was it? They're not with y'all. Shit. It was like oh wait, never mind. They're right there.
What?
Cat.
You think cats are demons? Do you not like cats, sir?
No, I love cats, man. Cats are great. I actually got one right here. You hear a small meow in the distance.
Oh my god. You know, I like to imagine when he was pointing towards Lucy, it was actually just like Lucy being highlighted to yellow or something like that. Like they had like a yellow border around themselves. Like that one.
She just has like the GTA arrow above her head.
Exactly.
I just imagine just like A's like it's like I got a cat right here. Just imagine like this, but like with the A's.
Oh no.
Got a cat right here. Mimi says hello.
What happened to you, Mimi, after you died? Just like on a leash and some... The king's... fucking... I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that would have been kind of cool, but it never really panned out anywhere, so I just kind of dropped it.
Then okay, that's good at least. Then
We
suppose
don't have to kill the cat. Good. We have to kill the cat.
Whoa! Isn't
Isn't it your cat?
He got a dog now. He's a dog lover now.
Yeah.
I
I got
love
a-
both.
I got a
God.
new pet. A better pet.
Damn.
Poor Lucy.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding, Lucy. I would never. She's glowing yellow. What the fuck? Sorry, I didn't mean it.
Also, I'm surprised you're still talking to this nerd.
He is quite informative.
Yeah, I guess. I kind of slept through most of the conversation they told me when I met him.
Oh my god. Then what he
He
is
wasn't
speaking
talking
is
fast enough for you, was he?
Look, I'm a clever guy. I pieced most of it together, okay?
What did you piece together then?
Most of the information they're telling you is what I pieced together. See?
Mm.
Like, my mind... the only thing that matches my speed on land is the speed of my mind. Right? I can make connections, like,
So then
Like-
you must have pieced together very quickly where the location of some of these true rings were. No doubt.
Yeah. See, like, I can make 1,000 connections in my head per minute. Now, I'm not verifying that they're all correct, but I can do it quick, and that's all that matters.
So, like, where were some of these rings then?
I'm really fast at math. Give me a question.
I'm not going to spoiler you. You gotta go through the story proper.
Hey,
What
Yeah.
if I'm fine with spoilers?
You are
Well-
a narrator, and that does imply that, you can put us on the right track from time to time.
Not all of us are as fast as you. We wouldn't want
Well-
to be bored.
It's okay, I gotta see how this plays out.
Very well.
I tried.
Right, so what do we do now?
While you're waiting there and making your decision, let me... Do you see their face kind of like twist and contort for a second? Tell you about more boring information about the past. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. See, that's what they sound like. That's what y'all sound like listening to them.
I don't know how we can sound like anything while we're listening.
Phoenix is just writing. He's actually just talking in legalese right now.
Yeah, I just saw that, so I was like,
Legalese.
He starts speaking back in comments to the narrator. Then, I actually have a question to ask you, Aze.
Yeah, what up?
Did something occur in the last chapter of this story?
What do you mean, man? You went and you kicked some butt. I remember that much. You beat up you were there inside that little section that was under the city, and you beat up a bunch of demons and avoided that big machine that was trying to kill you.
Yes, we did, but how do I put it? It seems that this story is running to a dead end.
What? No, what you trying to insult my writing? We're not we're barely at even we're like the halfway point, man. It's like halftime.
That's what I initially expected, but before entering this book, something is going to happen that's going to cut it terribly short. Is it
What?
possible that maybe you could look through, you as the narrator can browse the current logistics of this story to maybe see where we may have gone wrong?
What? There ain't going nowhere. I'm looking through. Hold on, give me a second. You hear the sounds of pages flipping in the background.
You're just like, what the hell?
No, everything seems good. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. You're just trying to... Yeah, I know what your game is. I know what you're trying to do. You're in cahoots with the little horned woman over there. You're trying to get some spoilers out of me. Well, I ain't falling for it.
I do not care for your spoilers, but if something appears to be off, you let us know.
You'd be so kind.
We would be very grateful if you did.
Grumble.
Save our lives. We are eternally grateful.
The claw.
Well, at this point, we have spoken with Ace.
Do you think by any chance, Lord Albert, the actual ruler of the city, may have more knowledge about the previous heroes? Maybe he may be more privy to the knowledge of the current whereabouts of the Ring of Sanctuary.
It's likely possible, as Lord Albert is upon a long chain of paladin kings of the city. It is potentially possible that they may know information that those outside of the confines may not. They'll understand that you are ultimately simple paladins, and they are but a royal in a kingship that has often valued some amount of secrecy.
I'm sorry. We've been through this before. I'm sorry, I never got your name.
Oh, yes. Apologies. You live as many memories as I have. You often forget decorum. I am Grant. At your service. And should you ever need a safe haven to return to, the cavern and this museum are yours to return and explore.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Sir Grant, the question I wanted to ask was, hold on. It was like he said, oh yeah, like, sorry, it wasn't a question I wanted to ask. It was more of a correction I wanted to say. And Phoenix is looking around to see if Reynard. He thought Reynard was accompanying us, as he just says, we've already been through this discussion with a fellow colleague of ours. We are actually adventurers of the local, not local, the distant city of Candlekeep, and we have arrived here and help in the assisted defense in the defense of Whitestone City.
For Whitestone.
You look over to your right, Phoenix, and you see a cardboard cutout of Reynard.
Oh my god.
Marsha looks over, blinks.
Look, that's the best I could do in short notice, okay? Give me a second.
Oh my god.
I'm starting to notice that there are being holes in your story, author.
How dare you? Don't make me put a hole in you.
I'm just saying that you said you know where you determined where the rings were, all this stuff, but we are not seeing very good evidence right now that you know what you're talking about.
Continuity, author. It's very important.
I won't fall for it. You ain't getting spoilers out of me. That's all. That's your whole game.
Can I incite the voice?
Yeah, you can tell that this isn't back to what they think this is all about.
Insight was basically God of this world.
My god.
Then let us proceed. Let us see if we can maybe get more information from Lord Albert.
You will find the exit to the museum to be at the west side. Feel free to look about a bit, but currently the area is less populated than I would like it to be. Currently.
No, you have done much for us thus far. Thank you.
The cardboard cutout of right now are just kind of like, you know, like how South Park moves?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Ay, this is a big map.
You should have seen what it was originally used for.
Actually, what we have is one question for you, gracious narrator. Do you... Well, we are supposed to be your main characters coming through your story, but what do you remember of others, of Alan or Nikkei or Mimi?
I ain't good at names, so I'm not sure, like, who those people are.
Do you remember the cat that you offered your blessings to, I thought?
Yeah, they're sitting right next to me. Meow. See?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
but
Wait, if that is Mimi, that would be hilarious. Just saying, out of character.
But my cat's name ain't Mimi. His name is Shadow.
I see.
And, that's because, oh, hold on, I can show you. It's like being able to show you, like, a little picture. He said, hold on. This ain't Shadow, this is my other pet. You see that a little crude little hedgehog appears right in front of you. It has blue quills. This is my pet Sonic.
Ah,
I remember this, yes.
Mimi? No, I don't have a cat named Mimi.
You want one?
You remember the previous chapters author, but do you remember the boy in chapter 1 of this story? He wore thick armor with blonde hair. Phoenix will just describe him in plain, I guess. An individual who looked like Alan.
Oh, it's that random person at the farm. I remember that person.
Yes, he was there, and he was there with us at the start of chapter 1.
Were they? I don't remember if they were inside the actual farm at the time. I don't really keep track of the little side characters like that.
Phoenix is gonna keep moving.
I'm walking as well.
I'm walking on sunshine.
The paladins return back to the city. Dark as always, inside of the blinding brightness of the blinding bright light.
Neon lights.
Well, are we returning to Lord Albert?
One second, I'm going to prep the throne room.
Nice.
The paladins find themselves yet again within the audience of Big Al himself.
Phoenix is going to approach and, like, I guess before he gets too close, can I just, like, quickly perception insight just to see if he's asleep on the throne?
Currently, Lord Albert appears to be awake and has greeted you warmly when you entered.
Hey, yo,
Oh my
what?
God.
Okay, Maisha doesn't know this is weird, but she doesn't know shit, so.
Oh yeah, this will be your first time. Actually, no. Phoenix would have probably told you that the Lord Albert
Oh, fair enough.
is usually in a almost, I want to say he's in a crippled state, but in a state of like almost permanent.
Narcolepsy.
Yeah, he has definitely not seen sleep in days.
Phoenix, I thought you couldn't lie.
Yeah, he's not lying. That's why he's telling Maisha this.
He's looking wide awake now.
But does he look like exhausted, or is he like totally okay?
Looking them over, they look still just as exhausted as well as they usually do. It's like
He just happens to be awake right now.
yeah.
It is good to see you, Lord Albert.
Welcome back. It is commendable to your efforts that you happen to do in order to protect our children, and for that, Whitestone thanks you profusely for the efforts that you've provided in service of the city.
Yes.
Whitestone.
We've received our congratulations the last time we were here for that, Lord Albert.
Oh,
We come back here with a more interesting development. If you would hear us out.
yes, please proceed. Any information is good information. Well, we have a few more leads. Where to investigate next. I'm interested in any further intel that you can provide. There's only so much that some of these paladins are able to do sometimes.
But of course, Lord Albert, this is in regards to something we had just discovered recently. Are you familiar of, as Phoenix is going to show Lord Albert the Ring of Memories, of rings of this nature bearing some sort of symbol on it and having some degree of power. I have
Lord
reason to
Albert's
believe- Oh, sorry.
Lord Albert's face does not appear to betray anything. But Phoenix, you see it, the slightest, the ittiest bittiest twinge of the eyes. They recognize this ring. It certainly looks like a ring. Does it have some great import?
I have reason to believe, Lord Albert, that you are privy to this knowledge, and any information that you can provide can greatly assist us in solving this issue with these demons.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Expertise, come on, don't fail me now. No!
Yeehaw.
Oh my god! Still not great.
I'm sorry to say that I just don't recognize this particular ring, or in any way that I could assist you with. If you need someone to divine its capabilities, we have one wizard in our court who could use the identify spell.
Lord Albert, if I might. This relates to the fact that, well, perhaps you as Paladin King of Whitestone would be familiar with this. Investigation has yielded results that indicate that this is not the first time in history that Whitestone has experienced a threat from beyond, from the abyss. And that perhaps some time ago there were a number of heroes who helped repel that threat, and which they used rings of power in order to... I can't say that normally, I'm just thinking of Lord of the Rings. Okay. Rings of power to repel said threat. We do not
Pretty good show
ask
on Amazon.
this... we do not ask this lightly or without reason. If perhaps, and I look around, you would prefer to discuss this in privacy, it is most urgent if we wish to make sure things that we can repel the current demonic threat.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I have been assisting in this? I don't know if that works.
No, you made yours already.
I got no persuasion modifiers. Cool.
Nice.
Hey, you're
I like how you had no persuasion modifiers, and your 19 is almost the same as Phoenix's 4.
Maybe the DC is 19.
maybe the DC is 19.
Maybe the DC's like 30 because Phoenix is crap.
Oh,
Lord
19
Albert,
going on
see-
30 for Phoenix.
Lord Albert seems to think for a short moment. I don't believe there is all that much I can tell you about the rings yet again, but there is one thing I think that maybe you could assist me with, and that may, in some capacity, help inform what you're attempting to do here. We've recently gotten lead that there is some demonic activity going on in the mines to the west of the city. I was going to ask a group to investigate it. I wasn't sure about asking all of you, since I figured you may need some rest after your latest excursion, but you may be interested in investigating that.
What kind of thing was you're discussing further away from the city? I'm just wanting to know what is more pressing than currently the defense of the city.
The demonic activity from the mines to the west we believe may be linked to a potential demons trying to craft some kind of project inside of there, outside of the confines. We're not sure how long they've been there for, as we've only recently established it.
How long ago was this?
My scouts were able to determine that its activity was ongoing there for the last few days. We haven't been able to find spare paladins to be able to send there, however.
Then I suppose we could go ahead and take the time to do this for you. But Lord Albert, any information at all, please.
I think
They immediately knock out.
Oh my, he's so deep in meditation.
Something
Thinking
like
really hard.
Yeah.
Yes, well.
He's doing his best to help. Mm-hmm.
Lord Albert's
Right.
second wind has fallen. Well, it's more like their fifth, sixth, eighth wind or something. This happens a lot.
Now, this may be an interesting thought to say out loud, but I don't suppose he has a diary somewhere or a journal, perhaps.
He might.
Kind of look at his personal guards like, does he have a diary?
Hey,
They
fellas,
would
you
know.
can tell us if he has a diary, right?
Oh, are you asking one of the paladins?
Mhm.
The paladin replies back to you. Hi! Welcome to Whitestone.
Oh, shit.
The real question is, do you think someone like Big Al keeps a diary?
Where's Big Al's quarters, actually?
It's at their pocket, probably. Oh!
What? What was that?
You said if it's at your pocket.
Oh man, I got God. I have to delete this character now. Sorry, guys. I've been owned.
Character just deletes you. You Thanos vanish.
Yeah.
Thanos vanish.
No, it's like just like the Tyler one screen where he's just like on the ground at like the second afterwards. I love that meme so much.
Then I
Give me
suppose
one
we-
moment.
We best head towards the mine then. Phoenix is like, I feel like we have no choice. Author, everything seems to be according to story.
Yeah, there's some funky stuff going on at the mines. You'll find it pretty cool, I think.
Hmm. Make sure to keep track of everything. Nothing seems to be too amiss, I assume. Reynard, would you be accompanying us?
Yes, I've been here the entire time.
Is he
Insight
alright?
that man.
Do you
I've
think
been
the current...
here and awake and paying attention this
As
entire
they get
time.
it here, Phoenix actually like ponders. Do you think the current commander-in-chief of the army of Whitestone maybe might know about the previous heroes?
It's worth asking if we're passing by.
I suppose it's worth attempting to ask. Phoenix,
the
we'll go to the garrison. Oh yeah, Nikke was there. I totally forgot.
You do see them continuing to train.
Commander Skylark.
There she is, that goddess of victory.
Yes, what's up, recruit?
Yes, Commander. We in our investigations, in our current investigations of Whitestone, we have come across an interesting development. I am trying to pick your brain about some information that you may be privy to as commander of this city. Do you think
Well,
you can assist?
Well, speak.
Yes. Commander, are you familiar with, as Phoenix will present the Ring of Memories, rings that are similar to this, bearing certain sigils of power?
That's a pretty fine recreation you got there. But yes, everybody should be aware of the rings and their contribution and the books. Why, you wanna talk children's stories here?
Children's stories. Well, there is one individual in this. Yes, actually, in this particular story, what we're aware of is that in the storied history of Whitestone, long ago, they experienced a similar development to what we are currently experiencing now, and a demon invasion that was once saved by bearers of these rings. Now, there's a particular note in our investigation so far that we have current reason to believe about the Ring of Sanctuary. Do you know the individual? Or their storied history, at least?
I feel like the story's gotten you a little bit too hopeful. All of them are but legends from the past. These rings don't exist anymore, nor the people that had them. So, I'm not sure where you're going with this, but it is currently a waste of time. And I advise you to focus on killing the current demon threat.
Can Phoenix make an insight check? Is he like trying to like hide the truth, or is he just truly believes that it's a waste of time?
Looking over Commander Skylark, they appear to be telling the truth is as apparent as their powerful mustache.
That's pretty apparent.
God, look at this fucking guy.
Honestly, the mustache was the last thing I noticed about him.
I think we'll have to listen to Freddie Mercury here.
The mustache is the codpiece of the face.
Ew!
Well, we'll
Yeah, no, definitely the last thing I've noticed then.
anyways, we'll continue in our investigation, Commander. But just do know, I have a feeling that this is actually important.
Well, everything we're doing
Phoenix will do a casual salute as he proceeds to leave.
You just kind of vaguely hear them mutter. Wonder what that was about. One second.
Actually, Phoenix will turn to Reynard, the last person that's probably he's yet to ask this question to. And like, I guess on the way to the mine, he'll probably be asking, Sir Reynard, you seem to be an individual with lots of memory or history, storied history. You wouldn't by any chance know of the original bearers of this ring, would you?
I wouldn't have been alive during the time that, based on what I heard from Grant there back in the Cabinet Memories, this would have been long before I were perhaps even born. This lends me to think, however, that what they're saying is the truth, though I can understand the skepticism that Sir Skylark has. After all, it does kind of sound almost like a fable, and they may have been told not to treat it as any more than such, but we appear to have knowledge about things that others do not or cannot understand. There may be some way to be able to convince them otherwise, and that may be able to get them on our side and treat this information more seriously. But I think that even if that we could, what would be the end goal in that case? If we were to say, for example, find one of the rings, would that truly be enough to be able to sway the tides in our favor against this demonic threat? Of this, I'm not sure.
I'm more interested in the current owner, the existence that the current owner of the Ring of Sanctuary is still alive by word of mouth by Grant, our associate Grant. He doesn't seem to be lying to me. He seems to be in full honesty. I have reason to believe that he is not lying to me in this regard. This individual that bears the Ring of Sanctuary may be this individual that once saved this town may actually be a vital key piece in this story, I feel.
Although I suppose the main limiter, as it often is right now, has been time. We've been at a breakneck pace from the very beginning, always trying to accomplish too much and too little. It's difficult. We have so many competing goals that even right now we're walking already a mile outside of the city toward the mines, and still we are not finished with even the large set of tasks before us. And then to think that each of these rings might have its own sanctuary, and we'll have to defend against the city against attacks at the same time, it's a little overwhelming, to be honest.
Maybe we need to find more convincing evidence to get them on our side, to treat this as a matter more important than just simply a fairy tale.
One more to the list of tasks, I suppose.
Well, if we take care of what is here in the mine, perhaps Lord Albert will be more obliging, but otherwise, I would think that. Well, something like perhaps showing the power of one of these rings might make others more convinced.
I probably should have demonstrated the Ring of Memories. No,
Well,
it's only a fraction of the true original power of it. I doubt its current power will be as convincing. I need probably something far greater. If only Grant elaborated further as to what exactly I could use to do to make it more stronger.
Well, I've heard a story about this, Phoenix. If you stack them on top of each other, they get even stronger. So if you put my ring on the same finger as yours, then the true power is unlocked.
Is
Eh?
he? Are you like this? Phoenix is like looking at you. Are you making this up?
Yes.
It's like no. As a wonderful concept that is, I sincerely doubt that's how that works.
As the paladins approach over to the mines outside of the city, they find that through a little bit of Lucy flying over the air, they can spot 5 trolls on the other side of the gate wall. They appear to have taken up residence around the area.
Rick, whatever you do, don't reply to them in the comments. It'll just feed them.
How high is this wall?
This wall appears to be quite tall and manages to extend about 15 feet upward. It is made out of wood and is very sturdy.
You see what burns. I mean,
I guess so, like, as Phoenix is like looking, is there like even like a chink in this so that he could see you directly across?
Only a small little gap, of which Troll goes up and says, They're speaking in giant.
Hold on. Let me check my list of languages. No, I don't have. I unfortunately do not have giant. I have linguist though. If anyone just wants to like wait here a bit, or I could just use. No, I don't have comprehend language. Because why would I need it?
Well,
Let me check
now
my
is when you would need it.
invocations.
I can talk with plants and I can talk with the dead, but I do not have comprehend languages.
Anyone else got speak with, or like, I was gonna say, could speak with giant?
Nope.
Nope.
Phoenix is gonna take another gander inside.
Particularly.
What are these trolls doing?
The trolls appear to be simply sitting about and milling around. Looking, you can already see that they have not actually moved from this area in quite some time.
Hmm.
1 second, be right back.
Actually... if we're really having difficulty speaking with them, if at least one of them is willing, I can try using telepathy, potentially.
I could also just, well, I don't know if we want to wait, seeing as how time is of the essence. I could wait here and just listen in. Eventually, I'll learn enough to be able to speak to them. But
About how long would that take you?
about an hour.
It might be worthwhile to do that instead.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Does everyone want that to wait an hour? I don't know, or just like, you know.
Well, I mean, these are just giants, right? We're not racists. We're not just gonna hop a fence and start shooting. I think it's worth hearing them out, and if we have to wait a little bit for Phoenix to pick up the language, then why not?
Okay.
I'll
Um,
shuffle on over here, sneaky style.
I mean, while we're here waiting, as Phoenix is listening in and as well observing them. I suppose this is probably just making sure of one thing. Can I know their vulnerabilities, resistances, and immunities?
Let me check.
This is 4. Was it 3 or 4? I keep forgetting. I don't
3.
remember. Yeah, I need to change it then. Let me change the text on this.
They appear to have none of any. Actually, they have one resistance that seems to be kind of interesting. They appear to have a resistance to fire. As you are briefly watching them, to your eye, you can see that there is demonic energy slightly emanating from them.
And they're resistant to fire instead
Yes.
of vulnerable? They had no vulnerabilities.
No.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Phoenix turns to his colleagues as he continues to listen in and just say like, these don't appear to be regular regular trolls. We're gonna have to be extra privy to when we're speaking to them.
Very well.
Does the hour pass?
And some time starts going by. About 10 minutes. It goes by. And that's when you can kind of hear it. Despite being a little bit of whiles outside of the city's perimeter. Screams that echo through the distance.
What direction are the screams coming from?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Where are they coming
They're
from?
from the city, aren't they?
You hear sounds from the city. Wait, what? Sounds from the city? That's not in the script.
Hey, author, you were supposed to.
Look, we're just sitting there, but something's up because that ain't. That's not part of what's. It's not part of the script. It's not supposed to happen yet.
How long have
10
we been
minutes.
waiting?
Did you, to Phoenix, hold on. In legalese, I'm going to just communicate to Phoenix. Did you just hear what Ace said? It's not part of the script.
Yeah.
And we just came into this chapter knowing that something was off.
Yes, this has just really confirmed it. Author, I have explained to you that this is an important matter. What is going on? Why the script change?
I'm not sure. This is really weird. It's the first time anything like this has happened. It's okay. I can always just fix it back to normal. Give me a second. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I got some bad news and I got some good news. The bad news is
Oh my god.
it's not working. Something's tampering. I can't change things like I usually do.
Explain.
The good news?
The good news is I'm still here. So
Fair enough.
look, I'm trying, okay? Look, I'm just as confused as you are about what's going on here. This whole thing's very confusing to me.
I love just him displaying the bad news and Layla just goes behind the tree with Jacob here.
Jacob, you have the ability to teleport, yes?
Yes, I
you
can
bring us back
open it.
to the city.
No, I have Dimension Door.
one cast.
Yes.
Well, hold on. It's the city's not that far apparently. If we can hear their screams.
Mm-hmm.
Is it within? I mean, that's true. If it's within 500 feeding distance,
Oh.
I could 500 feet me into a person.
You're a few miles away.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I say we hustle.
We're gonna have to deal with these trolls at another time.
Layla could like pop back and forth maybe with the ring of
Oh,
shadow.
you do have the Ring of Shadows, right?
I could, but
Mm-mm.
the only problem is that if I'm in a situation that's not great, I've effectively used my trump card.
True.
And also the question is, where would I go as well? Perhaps Lord, or I suppose Big Al's shadow, perhaps.
How about that one
Big Al Shadow's actually a big
Whitestone
one.
guard we go? Or the one that's like kind of weird sentient dude.
Oh,
Well, yeah, we do know about that one guard too.
But do we know if he's stationed in the city? He could be in the outskirts, perhaps.
He was there when we left, I guess.
Oh, was
Or
he there?
his token was there.
Yeah.
Okay, I could teleport to his shadow. Do we want me to go ahead and see what's going on?
Yes, get us information
Um,
as much as you can.
Turn invisible first, maybe.
I can do that. For this to work, I need nobody to look at me. So if you all could just turn away.
Phoenix, but this
Yeah,
will be
you get
probably the
naked.
first time for you. You feel no eyes of Phoenix on you.
I have an idea, guys. I can cast divination. Do you think that would help?
Any
Let us-
information we can get, it's better.
So I'm not teleporting to the jaws of death. That could be helpful.
Ye-
Are you teleporting right now?
I'm waiting for Jacob to do divination.
I'm gonna use divination to see if I can get a feel for what's going on.
Magical secret.
Yes. Because bards learn things from other lists.
You have to ask about a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Mm.
Oh. That.
Within 7 seconds.
Oh.
Oh, in that case. Looks like I'm dropping in blind.
Oh, never mind. I
Okay.
got. Oh, I was thinking of scrying. Okay, my bad.
Well, hold on. I have sending.
Oh, okay. What? Send something.
I could send a word or short message, maybe to an important person, Lord Albert.
That could work.
Assuming he's awake.
Okay. So
Here, how about what I could do is I could jump over back to Whitestone, find out what's going on, and maybe in a few minutes you can ask me for some sort of status update, and then I'll be able to reply to that because that's how sending works, right?
yes, you can reply back with sending.
Okay, I believe time is of the essence, so unless we have a better idea, I should really get going.
And we'll
Yeah.
start hustling towards you as well, I guess, suppose.
Okay, so Layla's gonna go ahead use her Ring of Shadow to pop up in sentient dude's shadow. Well, actually,
Layla.
she would have cast invisibility beforehand, but
Layla melds into a shadow.
God.
There she goes.
oh, here she goes. Oh, Jesus!
Oh shit.
Oh dear lord.
Oh my! Holy
Oh.
Ah! God, this is not good. Not good.
This is fine.
It's just a couple demons.
Yeah,
Alright.
a couple of demons. You know how it is. You know how it be.
It's just like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
You just hear
Guys.
Phoenix railing on the author the entire way that they're running back.
As Layla appears here in the city, they see this paladin looking nervous, holding their sword next to one of the entrances. From the distance, they can hear mechanical scraping, claws, and demonic echoes through the hallways. The paladin is breathing intensely.
What was this guy's name? Layla would have remembered it.
They never gave us a name.
Okay, so Layla will just kind of go in, she'll just be like, "Psst, hey, it's Layla from the suit.
Ah! Oh, they almost the paladin nearly struck you down where you stood.
Fair enough.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on edge right now.
I can see that. What's going on? What's happening?
There was a large crackling sound in the air, and then suddenly they started flying in from the woods nearby and through the gates. The demons have been upon the city for the last bit of time now.
All right. Okay. What's the plan then?
You can hear echoing. For Whitestone. For White. Ah!
I
Oh
see.
my
For
god.
Well,
Things don't change.
we're trying to hold the perimeter. I guess that's my job here, isn't it? I didn't know this is how things would go down. Here in the hallway. Holding a sword. Protecting the king. It's important.
I thought he was the Lord.
They're both.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, like, is there a king? Have we been usurped?
Oh, King
It's
Albert.
like,
It's king in a purely decorative sense, right? Like it's not a lineage kind of thing. It is kind of just a title.
okay. Where's the king right now?
Lord Albert's currently inside of the throne room, getting ready to try and fight.
Okay.
And if things get too difficult out here, that's where I am to retreat afterward.
I see. Okay, hold your position. My companions are on the way. You know the work they do and how they leave the trail of corpses behind them. Don't freak out.
Oh, that's good to know. That's in service of the city. There'll be some people.
Eventually, you hear the familiar voice ringing inside your head, Layla. Can I get a status update as to what's happening over there?
Layla will go ahead and just say, all right, the city's under attack. Paladin mentioned big crackling in sky, perimeter being set up. Going to see the king. I think that's 25 words.
25. You get a lot. You get like a whole lot of information to 25 words. Yeah. So
I'm trying to just give some little status report.
So basically, Phoenix does relay this information back to the rest of the crew. It's like sounds like the city is is being besieged. It may be difficult to get back to Lord Albert and the rest. What do we do?
And if we're in dimension door range, we can get 4 of us back immediately.
That is true. About half of the city was
Only
within
just for a
dimension
moment.
door range.
Sorry, I might not be super useful. My internet has gone down. I'm onto my phone.
Oh no.
It says it's full fucking bars, but that's total bullshit.
Well,
So,
that was a fucking lie.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've got an extent.
I'm back.
I've got a repeater, and I've got the regular one. Neither of them are working.
Sorry to hear that.
Somebody screen share.
Oh, I can screen share. I've done it before. 1 second. Oh yeah, I think I did this last time. Something similar happened to you.
It works.
Yeah. If it works, it works, and I'll.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying one more thing with my internet, and if that doesn't work, I'll try hotspotting from my phone.
No, not the hotspots.
Pretty hot spot.
Okay, so the plan is that we get into range and then we can dimension door to the main monastery just to assist in the defense.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of enemies.
Mm-hmm. Is that the current plan?
What's the current plan?
I don't know what else we'll do.
Then we may need a way to get past through the hordes of demons that are probably going to be assailing us. Does anyone have like pass without trace?
Actually, yes, that's a good point. With my staff of the woodlands, I have pass without trace.
We may
so I
need it
can
to
use
at
that.
least get as close into range as possible.
Agreed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, only one not there is Layla.
There we go.
The paladins returned back over to the familiar gates of Whitestone City after making good time on the last few miles of travel. They find that the gate has been absolutely blown apart. There is nothing but destruction, and the streets, often a familiar white, have become red.
He just if Phoenix just continues to assail A, he's just like, why did you not kill me?
Look, it just happened, okay? Jeez, lay off me.
I don't think this is supposed to happen. This doesn't sound right.
Would the darkness spell help, maybe?
I think
well,
that
Be
would be
kinda
more
weird.
obvious. I think it would be more obvious.
right,
How
well, I
could
can
this
cast.
happen to
I can
me?
just go ahead and cast pass without trace now. Then. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. So I do that. I use an action. It doesn't expend a charge on staff of the woodlands. Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, we're so sneaky. Yay.
So sneaky. We just need to go through the city streets and through all the carnage and hopefully get him to dimension door range.
Yep.
The problem being is that can only take 2 people, so how are we gonna handle this? Some people are gonna have to be left behind.
Who should be in the assault team then?
So Zashi and Jacob are the two with no, hold up. Yeah, Zashi and Jacob.
Yeah.
So I think you have to stay back because you have to maintain pass without trace. And then you have our 2 damage dealers, which are Melarka and Tony. So maybe the 3 people that should stay would probably be Phoenix, Ash, and Mishra, with Tony and Melarka joining Jacob and Tony, with the Zashi and Jacob being the first 2 to go, since they're our primary damage dealers.
I'm assuming that when I dimension door, my Grey Render can come with me for free, or does he hoof it across the intervening space?
You could probably just like unsummon and resummon him.
I
I
guess.
think
Yeah.
that's yeah.
The loyal render item does not allow you to willingly unsummon it. It will do its best to reach you.
So I teleport and then it just runs.
Yeah.
Across. Go back.
Listen, it made it into the book with you, so I
True,
think it's
true.
gonna be
That's a
fine.
good point. That's a good point.
Hey, that thing will probably be tearing things to shreds on the way there, though.
Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy? So how's that? With Tony and Mishra being Tony and Melarka being the first 2 that go. Or maybe we want to at least have one defender, so either Tony or Melarka can be defending the smaller group until the other 2 return.
I mean, your plan sounds good to me. I think damage dealers should be in a position where they're dealing damage. And besides that, we just think about who can bring who.
Man, I wish I had Dimension Door.
Very pog spell.
It is very pog.
A big pog of a spell.
I could also use Magic
have...
Circle to buy us time outside the city at least.
That's
Or
true.
I guess inside the city while we hunker down with the Pass Without Trace.
So your this initial stretch at the very least is trying to sneak in.
Yes.
Everybody go ahead and make a stealth check as you make your way through the initial parts of the city. Everywhere you look, there are demons. It's not 10 demons, it's not 20, it's not 30. It's hundreds of demons throughout the city.
It's advantage. You have to roll stealth at advantage plus 10.
Yep.
Well, my
21.
heavy armor gives me
Oh,
disadvantage.
well, that did not count. Hold on a second.
So
obviously.
it's the first roll, which is the 4. So mine's 15.
I don't know how to do it.
How do I?
Fuck.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Why am I at
10 is
disadvantage?
that plus 10 is coming in clutch.
How do I roll at advantage?
But I guess.
Have I just forgotten things?
Yay. 15 plus 10, 25.
And I'm a flat 20.
I'm at 22.
23.
The paladins make their way through the city, trying to avoid the gaze of the many, many, many demons that littered about the area.
I can cast silence as well, if we think that will help.
Silence can't follow you, it just isn't one point.
Sorry, what?
Silence doesn't follow you. It would just stay in one point stationary and that's it.
True.
As the paladins are making their way through the interior of the city, suddenly they see one particularly dog-nosed looking demon look directly over at them, and with keen senses howl out. A litany of demons start descending down onto the paladins' positions.
Didn't you just say that they didn't?
Well, hold on. Are we at least within 500? Oh god.
I'm going to try and use Divine Intervention to teleport us to the main castle.
Oh shoot! See if they could get us to teleport.
Alright, go ahead and roll that D1, what is it, D100? So, what's a 20% chance with a doubled chance, so you need an 81 or higher?
Yep.
81 or higher.
No, actually, you're level 11, right? So it should be...
Fuck, so close.
The divine intervention has failed, but you have achieved asking a proxy for assistance.
Huh?
Okay. Will you bring us to the to the main area, whatever the fuck it's called, with great haste, so that we may render aid effectively there, without being
Okay, hold on.
interrupted by.
Let me go and check what the other, kind of a level of this would be. What's your current cleric level? 11, so that'd be a third of that.
Level 11.
So they can only render aid about the same extent of a third level spell.
What level is Dimension Door?
4.
Or
Damn it.
They can fireball something.
So
However, your proxy does assist in one way, as you're currently still maneuvering. All of you have plus 10 speed.
Oh, nice.
At least there's that.
Run away!
I'll take it.
And then
Yep.
the proxy's aid ends.
Let's just fucking book it.
You're going to have to book it with initiative rolled. Because there are demons in every single direction.
Book it in the direction of the main castle, I guess.
Are we currently within the dimension door range of the main castle?
No. You didn't get very far before you got spotted.
Dang it.
Sorry.
I
Or-
rolled really bad on my
so-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Layla's not even here then, because Layla is at the castle right now.
Hold on. I think I might have just enough narrator power to fix that. Hold on. Wait, hold on! Ugh.
My God.
Oh my god.
Hey, I brought you back. It worked!
I don't think that was the intended thing, narrator or author.
Where's Tony?
Here, but not here.
Yep.
Mostly not here.
Hey, Tony.
Hey,
Hey,
Tony.
Tony.
Hey.
Hey, it's Tone.
Never get old.
So I'm not here, so I'm going to delete myself. There we go.
You're here.
My token. Wait, I'm here.
Yeah.
Apparently he teleported you back.
Oh.
Yeah.
The author teleported you back.
Narrative convenience.
Sorry, let me put myself back with the group. I was just like, wait, I'm in the monastery. It's like,
No, you're
it's
not.
like, it's just like, wait a minute, I don't want to be here anymore.
Alright, we're missing some initiatives.
Yeah, let me go ahead and roll. I'm going to kill my elf.
Yeah, is Rose gonna... Rose, you gonna be available for combat or still busy moving stuff?
Let's find out.
Seems that she is.
My hunch is too busy because they're not even in the foundry session.
Hello.
So, hello.
I'm sorry. I am listening, sort of, but also I am drowning in stuff. So I absolutely cannot do combat, but I'm more than happy to have somebody else do it. You just like hit a bunch of times, it's not that hard.
Reminds me when Jacob gave me his character sheet. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Rose is allowed to volunteer a character like this. Note that, however, whoever controls them has the risk of getting them killed. So, if anybody would like to volunteer for that experience,
That experience. God.
please raise your hand.
For one time.
It's up to you guys. If you're confident that you're not gonna kill me, I'd say go for it.
Well, there's kind
but
of like
I
a
can do it.
lot of dudes right now.
I can
And-
control it.
Okay. I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got
fine.
Maisha here if need be for that kind of thing.
This is all you need to do. You hit with the whip. You change the strength modifier to 5 if it hits. If not, hit with the whip again. And you have 3 attacks and 2 daggers to do per turn. If you like crit or something, you can do like overdo the damage. And also if somebody hits you in melee range, you can increase your AC by 5, and that's literally it. You got that?
Yeah, quite a bit, but we guess we'll make do. We can read the sheet.
I've given ownership to
Better than me, I
Malarka.
think.
All right.
Okay.
If there are hundreds of
Good luck.
in like every direction, do we even want to like fight or do we want to run?
Mark, I also have mobile, so if I'm in trouble, just get me out of there.
Schmoove.
We might be
Easy
the
peasy.
first to survive.
I
We'll
have
have
so
to wait
much
and see.
stuff to do, by the way. You know,
In which direction would the castle be in, by the way?
To the east.
Oh,
But-
so they're assailing us from the south and west.
There are demons to the north and to the east also. You just don't see them on the map right now.
Wow.
Cool.
Cool.
Very small map.
Alright, with that, an initiative rolled, then. That was only one option after
Oh
that.
yes, initiative.
1 second.
Hell yeah. Okay.